joining me on my colouring quest. Today I would like to colour in Karla Magana's new Kosmetica colouring book, and it'll just be a quick one, I think. I already did a little bit and I'll show you what I did because it's just something that would have taken a lot of time. So I have put foiling, well it's sticker foiling on the page, and that is just these craft metallic sheets, and it's this one. So I used that, and how I did that was I traced around the area, and then I got my sticker sheet, I put it on top, and then I drew around it, and it left an indentation onto the sheet, and then I just cut around it and stuck it down like that. So it was a bit of an experiment to see if it would work. I thought it would, but you know, you never know when it's your first time trying these things, do you? So I'm glad how that looks. So I'm just going to use alcohol markers as a base, and then I will go on top with coloured pencils where I want to. But yeah, it's just going to be a quick, simple one because her pages normally are. I like to keep them like fun and minimal shading. Yeah, I like looking at this. Sorry. I'm just going to pause it while I get my stuff ready, and then I will be back. Right then. So I hope you have all had a good Christmas. It's now on the run up to New Year, and yeah, I'm feeling so relaxed, like having these like few extra days off work. I don't know, I think I needed a break, and I'm happy about that. So with this, I have picked out some quite random colours from my shuttle art alcohol markers. I kind of want to use these up because some of them do yellow, and I have a horrible feeling about this one, but yeah, so some of them do yellow but a lot of them don't, so I just want to sort of use them up because then I want to start sort of collecting the Winsor & Newton Pro markers. I've enjoyed the small set that I have, so I kind of want to build those up a bit more, get some more colours of those. But if I get those now, then I won't use these because I'll be like, I've got other ones that I like. So I want to use these up, although that might take a while. It might take a while, but in my Karla Magana books and my Colour in Heaven books, I quite often do an alcohol marker base because, I don't know, I just find it simpler on certain types of paper to have the alcohol marker base underneath. But yeah, I've chosen some really random colours, and they're probably not going to go together. But I kind of picked out colours that were sort of in this sort of holographic. So I've picked out a green and a blue and a pinky red, and then you also see a slight orange, which is that apricot colour. So I picked out similar colours that you find in there, and then I'm just going to put them wherever I want and just go with it. So I'm actually going to give her green hair, which is not normal for me to do green hair, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm just going to get started. Yeah, so has anybody received any colouring stuff for Christmas? I didn't get supplies, but I got a few books which I've been wanting, and for two of my brothers I they were like, what do I get you? And so I just sent them my Amazon wish list, which is basically colouring books. And yeah, they picked out one of my brothers, like literally scrolled right to the bottom of my wish list, because what he got me I added like 2 years ago, and I had kind of forgot that I wanted it, and I'm really glad that he got it me. And then my other brother did the complete opposite and basically went for one that I had added in the last month, which either way I want all of what's on my wish list at some point, right? But yeah, and I'm lucky I didn't buy that, because I almost forgot that I sent them my wish list, and I almost purchased this book that was near the top of my list. I shall show you in a minute. Let me just put the base on this hair, and I might regret green hair, but probably not. I will be adding some like pencil detail into the hair, and probably the face as well. But like this background bit that's showing, that'll probably be just a blank solid colour. Just thinking, should I have put the stickers on after colouring? I don't think it's going to make a difference. I think if I get marker on it, I can probably just wipe it off, because of the texture is like slippy. So if I just wiped it off, but I shouldn't get any on it, hopefully. Or maybe like just little bits. Yeah, I'm not very good at using chisel ends, but this was a big area. So I just wanted to get it done. Don't want to keep you waiting. Would you say that bit's hair? I'm just going to do that bit as hair. It's probably not, because it's got the thicker outline. But anyway, so I will show you, because I've already coloured in them. I know, right? It's only been 2 days since I've had them, and I've coloured a page in each of them. I'm not going to show you the page, but I'll just show you the books. So the one that I almost bought was the Adorable Town by Lainey Dow. Yeah, I don't know, I've seen people colouring in these, and they always looked fun. So I put that on my wish list, and that one was chosen. And then the one from a couple of years ago was the Lady Mechanica by Joe Benitez, and the paper in here is really good, and they're even perforated, so if you wanted to, you could take them out. But yeah, I'm thinking of getting a couple more of these ones, because I think there's at least 3, I think. But yeah, I'm really happy with those. And then yeah, and then my mum got me a couple of books, but I was the one that actually ordered those, because they were Chinese books, and I'll just put it this way, she wouldn't have a clue on how to order them. She doesn't do online shopping at all. Like, if she needs something that's not available in a shop, I always have to order it for her. So yeah, I knew about them, but like I've been wanting those books as well for a little while, although one of them I didn't know existed until I went and purchased the other one, and then it came up in that suggested, and I was like, I have their first book, how did I not know they have another book? And it's the googly, you know, the first one's Find Colour, or something along those lines. And there's actually a second book that I had no idea about. So what colour should I do her skin? So I have a blue. I kind of want to do this red pink colour on her lips, but again I'm not completely, because I don't want her to be normal, if that makes sense, because she has green hair. Decisions. When I picked these colours out, it felt like I had something in mind, but that flew out the window. Maybe I do this reddy colour in the background. Yes, let's do that. It's going to look Christmassy for a moment. And this is rose red, and the green was grass green. Yeah, I don't want to pick dark colours, because when I do an alcohol marker base, I like to go on top and add the shading with my pencils. So I need my sort of lighter colours showing through. Is that bit hair? Or is it? Because that bit sort of goes wee. I think that bit's hair. I'm going to do that as hair anyway. Let's just, because that's got the thicker outline. That does not match her turtleneck. So that will just be hair now. So now we need her skin colour. I'm thinking either the pale purple or the light blue. Or I could go bright orange. No, I think either of these two. I'm leaning more towards the blue, but then I think the warmth of this red, the purple might look better. I'm gonna just go purple. Purple skin, why not? Ooh. I like it. Yeah, so this could turn out completely disastrous, but it's all part of the fun. It's one page. There's a whole book of more, and I picked one of the more like simplistic pages because, yeah, that's what I'm in the mood for today. Yeah, I literally just done another Karla Magana page last night or yesterday. I can't remember if it was night or day now. I've slept since then. But yeah, I finished it yesterday. Again, it was just a simple page. I did post that on my Instagram from the Spooklet sketchbook. I need to do a green eyebrow. Why is she giving me Willy Wonka vibes? But she's an alien. So I'm going to do this colour on her top. Yeah, I don't think I would have wanted this as a skin colour. Should I do that as her makeup as well? Right, so we have a very, very colourful, yeah, little alien girl. So now I do want to just go in. Sorry, I just wanted to find a pale colour for inside the eyeball. And I haven't picked out an eye colour yet. I might just do like this blue as well. Right, so that is my alcohol marker base done. So now I'm going to use my Castle Arts pencils. And I haven't picked out what colours I'm going to use yet. So I will pause and give me a moment, please. Well, I just had a disaster happen. Well, it depends what you class as disaster, but yeah, I dropped a tray of my Castle Art pencils right on the floor. So I'll be sorting pencils out after this video has ended. So it took me a little longer to find some colours that I wanted. I'm going to start with the skin. So I've pulled out some random colours, and I probably should have sharpened these first. So sorry about this, I'm going to be sharpening them now. One's okay, I think. So to start with, I'm going to take Mulberry and I am going to do my shadows. I always like this bit by the eye to be shadowed, but I'm not pressing down too hard because I do want to go on top of some of this with a brown. I always get confused sometimes when there's random lines. I'll just go with it. Yeah, so soon I will be putting up a poll to see which book you would like me to colour in and you can watch in January. So that should be up in the next couple of days probably. I've got to decide myself which books I want to colour, sort of focus on in January. And then it'll be up. And then I'll let you pick the page as well. Because I think doing one like that a month is a good idea. Because it takes away from me deciding what page to film. I mean, I'll still film other ones, but having one that I know that people want to actually see, that's a plus, right? Right, I'm going to leave that there for now. I might add a bit more of that in a little bit, but I'm going to go in with the walnut brown and just deepen up some of these areas. I want to be slightly more shadowed. I'm pressing a little bit harder on this, but that's fine. Up here. This is going to look weird. But I'm okay with that today. Some days I'd be like, oh gosh, no. But today, I'm happy. I'm happy with how this is going for some strange reason. I also feel like I could only do something like this in one of these books. Like, I don't know. Her illustrations call for fun. I mean, most of the time I just do keep them very simple, or like just using only a couple of different colours. So this having so many different colours in it, that's not me. But I'm going for it anyway. I have got magenta here to put a bit of pink in her cheeks. It will help tie in that background as well, that background colour. I feel like I should add in a yellow. I'm going to put a bit on her eye as well. Tip of the nose. I'm just going to grab a yellow. Luckily it wasn't my yellows that fell on the floor. It was all my pinks and purples. So yeah, it took me a while to find these colours. Right, so I have just grabbed a random yellow. It's Brilliant Yellow, and I'm just going to put a bit of that in the sort of highlight areas. I guess this is getting weirder and weird, but again, I'm oddly okay with it. And I'm also going to put a bit of that in the eye, like it's light. Right, and now I have got my mauve, and I'm just going to sort of blend some of this together, from the dark going to the light. I'm not going to go into that yellow, I'm going to use white to do that. But the rest of it I'm going to blend with this. I will be getting my white Posca out later. It wouldn't be a page done by me if there wasn't white Posca involved. I'm sure if anybody's watched, then they know that a white Posca is coming at some point. And when I say, oh, this will be a quick one, I mean quick for me. Like, this should get completed today, like no more waiting around or anything. Whereas normally I would colour a page over like at least 2 to 3 days. A Karla Magana page gets done within a day on most occasions, unless I start it at a ridiculous time. Right. So now I'm going to take my white, and I have dipped into my supply of new black and whites because my Castle Arts ones, well, the black isn't no longer anyway, but my Faber-Castell Polychromo black that I keep in my Castle Arts is this big, and the white is this big. So I didn't think it was I will still use these, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's appropriate, like you won't be able to see if I'm using it like this, whereas I can go like this, if you know what I mean. So I have dipped into my little stash. That means I now have only one of each left in my backups. So next time I'm in Hobbycraft, if they have any, I probably will buy a couple more, because I just like having them there, because I use them on every page. Just look at how that's making that lighter. I love it. So with the white I'm actually going light to dark, whereas with that mauve I was going dark to light. So it should meet in the middle somewhere and not be too much of a harsh blend. Ooh, I do like these colours now. They were looking a bit meh in my opinion a moment ago, but this white has given me what I was going for. You gotta trust the process sometimes, don't you? And I am going to be adding a little bit of black, just a little bit. Do I go over this? Yeah, why not? Right. I am pressing hard, so if it's shaking the table and the camera, I apologise, but I need to get these smushed together a bit more than what I would get from just layering. Right, under the eye. Nose area. I am glad I added that yellow. It's added a bit more of a lifeness to her skin, whereas before it was just purple. It was a bit flat. She doesn't need to be flat. I do like blending together with a white. Right. Should I go into these darker bits anyway? Yeah. Seems the right thing to do for me. Did I do that bit? No. I mean, I am going to have black in a minute, but may as well start like that. So the black. I don't know whether to give her white eyelashes. Like do this where it's black on there, do it with a white Posca. I think that would be fun. Normally I keep them black. So yeah, I'm going to do that white. Might make it stand out a bit as well. So if I do this here next to it, black. A little bit of shadow up here. Nostrils, or nostril, because you've only got one visible. I do like these pages in this book where they're just half the face. I think because it's called Kosmetica, you're supposed to like focus on like the makeup styling and stuff like that on these sorts of pages at least. But yeah, it's fun. I feel like something's off. I feel like it needs a bit more shadow in here, but not too much. I'm going to go over that with the white, just to make it a grey and not a black. Yeah, I think I'll go over this squiggle, the eyebrow bit as well with the white. I like adding in white details. But I think that is her skin done. Let me have a look how that's looking. I need a bit black there. I need this bit to be darker. I think that bit was too much yellow, so I'm going to block that out a little bit and go in with a white again to smoothen it into that grey. Right, now I think her skin is more or less done. I say that as I pick up my pencil again. Just like to smooth it out a little bit. Alright, that'll do for the skin. I feel like it. Oh, I feel like this bit here needs a better blend. Probably won't even look any different on the camera, but I feel like it was a bit rough. And I do like my pages to have a certain amount of smoothness to them, else it doesn't feel like I've finished. Some pages I do a little bit more scratchy. Right, let me just sharpen this white. Because I just want to get right up to the side of this. So what should I colour next? Do I stick to her face or do I go to her hair? I think I'll stick to her face, but at the same time I want to know how her hair's going to turn out. I'm going to go with her hair. Just let me pause it then for a moment. Alright, so I've decided to go with the hair next. I've got my greens. When I say greens, I have one green here, and then black and white. I still don't remember to sharpen them before, do I? So I have cadmium green, still with the Castle Arts pencils, and I'm just going to go in the more shaded areas. I am going to get my black, but I want to see first where I want my darker parts to sort of be. Some of these will have the black on and some of them won't. And I have also pulled out a green Posca pen. I'm going to go over the black lines, and some of them, well, I'm going to use the green on all of them to start with, and then I'm going to put the white, some white lines going through certain parts as well. Like I said, don't know if this part was supposed to be hair down here, but turned into hair. Do need a slight bit of this going in these areas. Just to make it how I want it. And that bit turns there. Yeah, it does get confusing sometimes. The lines are very helpful though, I always find. But I hate it when it has a million lines. Like if the whole hair was covered with these lines, it probably wouldn't be an image that I was drawn to colouring. I don't know, I just find it more difficult to be free to colour, if that makes sense. I don't know if that does make sense. But like with this, I you've got the curly wavy parts, so the lines sort of help with the direction, but when it's on just sort of like this and lots of lines, it makes it harder for me to add the shadows where I want them. She's not going to have realistic hair anyway. So this one doesn't matter. It's when you get the really realistic images and there's 1,000,001 lines that you wish weren't there. But then other people find those helpful because then they just sort of, I don't know. I don't know what they do, but they make it work. Put a few green scratchies in there. Alright, so now I've got my black and I am going to darken up the places that I really want to be darker. And I will go back over this with the green. To blend it out. But I'll do that after I've added all of the black where I want it, because I like to make sure it's how I want it to look before I completely finish it. A little bit in there. These bits that are more at the top are gonna be less bold for the most part. Still have a little bit of black on there, but I think that bit will look better with a shadow on it, because I wasn't sure what it was to start with anyway. But yeah, I think this will look better once I get rid of the black lines. What would you do? Would you keep the black lines? I don't know, I feel like because of my colour choices they need to go. If I was giving her black hair or brown hair, then I think it would be okay, but it's like a pale, well, it's not pale-ish green. Yeah, so I think it would look better with green lines, white lines. It might not. I might regret it once I start doing it, but most times when I feel that way, then it does end up looking better after. Blend, blend, blend. is a bit like slightly mossy colour. It's my air freshener. It's going to smell like Christmas again. So I'm loving this scent that I've got in my air freshener at the moment. Now I have it on the top of my shelf, so when it spritzes it out, it just goes across the whole room, as opposed to having it lower down. It would only spray the middle of the room and probably wouldn't travel as far. Oh, I can smell it. Spiced appley cinnamon. But what's weird is I don't really like eating or drinking like cinnamon flavour things when it's like a lot of cinnamon. If it's just like a dash in there, then it's okay, but I don't like strong cinnamon, but I love the smell of it. Yeah, I don't do green hair very often. I don't know why, because I'm always doing like blue hair and pink hair or purple hair and stuff like that, so why do I stay away from green? I actually don't know. Because there's loads of different greens as well. It's not like I can just go, oh, I don't like green hair. Because you've got these sorts of greens, you've got the deeper greens, you've got the more like turquoise greens. So I think it's because I end up using greens for like the clothes or the background and stuff like that. That probably puts me off using it on the actual illustration. Right, now I've got my white. This is where everything goes a bit paler. Oh, that broke. It is now one of my videos, because I thought, why hasn't that happened yet? Because that didn't happen earlier when I was pressing down hard. So it took its time today. Ooh, I like that. Because I didn't put the actual greens down there, it's now faded it into this lovely, really pale green. Obviously, if you don't want to add like a paler look to your illustration, you can just use it like a blender pencil, like a colourless blender pencil, and it would do the same job but without adding the sort of white haze over your colours. But I want that, so I'm using the white. Again, I am pressing hard. I like it when I hit those parts that don't have much of the green pencil on and they just whiten up. I do feel bad for people that went back to work today. Like I said before, I only got it off because I booked it as holiday. But everybody else that hasn't, I mean, a lot of people have it off as holiday. But obviously there's got to be some people there because it's open for business, and yeah, quite honestly, I think we should just shut until New Year, but some places still need to be open, don't they? I mean, it would make it really busy if it was closed, but like in January, if it was open January. But yeah, it's a nice break, isn't it? To have like the whole Christmas, New Year section off. But can't do anything about it, can you? It's what's got to be done. I'm just glad they don't open like Christmas, because oh my gosh, that'd be awful, wouldn't it? I don't think I'd want to work anywhere that's open Christmas, because I don't think it would feel like Christmas, would it? Because Christmas is like a relaxing family time of year, and then if you had to work, oh no. I know there are people that have to because they work in like restaurants that do like Christmas dinners and stuff, and that's understandable, but no, I'm just glad I don't. So if you're in one of those jobs where you have to work Christmas, or if you live somewhere that isn't closed on Christmas, because obviously not every country has the same sort of Christmas holiday dynamic, then it'll probably just feel like another day to them, and then like you go home after work and open a few presents, if you even do that much, because not everybody does. But yeah, for me, I think it wouldn't feel like Christmas if I wasn't at home chilling with family. Alright, now I'm going to get my Poscas out. I'm going to start with a green one because it's chunkier, and it is a light green. I think this came in my pastel set. I don't have many Posca pens, but I think I bought 2 sets. One was pastel and one was like the starter set where you get a red and green and whatnot. Just want to make sure it's flowing. So this I'm going to use on the black lines, and it shouldn't take much, because I think it might take 2 coats though in certain places. But yeah, I thought this has got the thicker nib, it's chunkier, so it's good for these main chunky hairlines. But like I said, I will be going in with my white as well. Got to be smart here so I don't end up putting my hand in things. But yes, I did say I've got to be smart. Not really a smart person, but yeah, I think I'll just do a second coat if necessary. I just want these black lines gone. I know the greens don't really match, but I didn't need that. I feel like as well, when you're using Posca pens, a page becomes, I don't know, more fun. Like when you get the paint out and the pens out and the glitter out. What's your favourite thing to add to a page? So I probably won't add glitter to this because I've got my sticker, but normally I love a bit of glitter. Some pages I feel like a page doesn't need glitter though, whereas other pages I wouldn't be able to colour without using glitter on it. You see how adding this over the black lines has completely changed the colour of her hair? And I like it. It's like when you're going for like that platinum blonde colour hair, you can't achieve it if you've got black lines. You have to get rid of it. Normally with a white, I normally use the white, and it looks so much better and more blonde, more platinum at least, when the black lines are no longer there. Because when you think about hair, like if you don't have black lines going through your hair, do you? Unless you have black hair, then your hair is made up of black lines. Oh dear. But yeah, unless I'm doing dark hair, I quite often prefer to not have the lines visible. Just going to get rid of that completely. going to have to let this dry as well. Posca pens don't take long, but still got to let it dry. I need to do the white as well, but the green needs to be dry before I can do the white, because some of the white will probably go either directly next to the green or some of it might flow through it. I haven't decided properly yet. Right, that's all the lines covered. I am preferring that a lot better now. Oh, I need to go over her eyebrow as well. This is quite chunky. Right. Just go lightly to try and not do too much of a fat line. I can colour over the top as well. Just put a few lines of that in. I'm going to do a few of those like that, but then I'll have the white again, so that'll be that. So I'm going to pause it a moment while it dries. Right, so I'm back again, and that should be dry. So I've now got my white Posca pen, and I am going to start off with this squiggly line that I want white. It's like an eyebrow sort of situation. I don't know, I feel like the top one needs to be whiter. I haven't coloured her eye yet, so I'm not going to do her eyeliner or eyelashes yet. I have to decide where I want, because I don't know if I want to add any like this. In certain places that might look okay, but also like I don't know whether to keep them within the lines that are already here. I think I will. Sort of do it randomly. I feel like I want to add one in the middle of this. Shouldn't have done it. No, it's fine. sort of follow. I think that's enough white. Maybe one more in here. More down here actually. Go over that. Let me have a look, see what that looks like on here. Yeah, I think that needs like that, but that will look different again once I've coloured that pink bit. So that now needs to dry. I feel like these bits are too dark. That's better. Right, so that's the hair probably done. I don't see me doing anything else to that. So once again, I'll pause while that dries so I'm not sticking my hand in anything. Right, while that was drying, I did sort out that tray of pencils that fell on the floor. They're all back in order again, thankfully. Wasn't missing any, so none are lost. That's good. And I have now decided I'm going to do the eyes and the lips. The eyes I'm going to go in with mulberry, and I also have a cobalt blue light. So as a dark colour, I'm using the mulberry still to help sort of tie in with the skin a bit, because the skin does look odd. I really probably shouldn't have done purple skin and green hair, but you don't know until you do it, do you? And I'm just going to get my black one, because even though it's already black, it's actually a dark grey. And I can't leave it like that, because it's like when you look at the page as well, it looks weird because it's sort of that matte sort of black. It's not like the same look as you get when you colour with pencils. I will be going in with my Posca in there, add a bit of this in here. Very lightly, and then the white. I always have to add shade in to the white of the eye. As again, it looks flat. I'm okay with certain things just being a solid colour, but other things I am not. I am just going to go over that with a white, because I'm going to do the white outline anyway, so it's just going to have the hint of that orange in. And now I'm going to get my white Posca, because if I do this now, I'm going to go into the lips, so I don't think I'll put my hand in anything. So add a little bit of the white back to these highlights. I like to add additional dots. I don't know, I just do. And now I'm going to go over the eyelash line. I would normally turn the book at this point. I don't like to do it if I'm filming because it could, I'd most likely take the whole picture out of frame. But yeah, I don't want to keep moving things around. I might have to do 2 coats of this because this is a thin nib. It sometimes scratches off the wet as you're putting it next to more. Just gotta keep my paper from moving. Should be holding it at the top really, but then my hand would just be over the whole entire page. What do you think? Should I put some glitter on this as well after? I feel like I need to colour it all in white and then add glitter. Just a bit of Mod Podge. Yeah, why not? Again, this will need 2 coats. To get rid of any patchiness. I should really get a thicker line white. A thicker nib, sorry. But I don't think I would use a thicker one very often. Alright, I'm going to leave that bit sort of I feel like that needs to be curved a little bit more. I think I've got, sometimes you do have to clean off the end of your Posca pen if you're going over pencil, because it sometimes picks up the wax. And I'm going to do these dots here white. Put a little bit of light in her eye. I think I'm going to like that. I think I like it better white than I did black. Right. We'll actually go over that a tiny bit more there. But I'm going to leave that black little line there. I don't know why, I feel like it needs it. Right, so I'm going to go onto the lips now. And again, I'm going to use the same colours I used on her eye. So I'm going to take the mulberry for the dark parts. Might need a little bit in there. And then the cobalt blue light, I'm just going to blend that out. I'm going to put this around all of those bubbly bits, because to me those bubbles should be like shiny for the most part. I do feel like that one was in my way a bit though, that one. I like to do those bubbly bits as the lightest. Right. a little bit of this on there, but not too much. And now I'm going to get my black and go over some of those darker bits, I think. Not much. I think I'm going to give her white lip liner as well. I don't know, I'm just in a completely wacky mood. I'm just going to blend it all with the white. I mean, if I don't like it, I can colour over it, but I think she needs white lip liner to go with her white eyeliner. I am considering her an alien, so having wacky makeup, maybe it's not even makeup, maybe this is just how she looks. It'd be so much fun if people like were born with stuff like this, like their lips weren't naturally like a pink or a neutral beigey brown sort of colour, and they were born with like purple lips, blue lips, orange lips. Can you imagine if somebody was born with green lips? So think of all those lipstick shades that people buy and then think of that as a natural lip colour. It'd be so much fun, wouldn't it? Seeing everybody's different colours. And like if you didn't have like natural colour eyelashes as well, and they were like you were born with bright pink eyelashes. She is definitely looking alien. I think I want to do those lines white as well. I am going to have to sort of turn my hand a bit. I am stood up so I can get a better angle, because I cannot draw straight lines to save my life. And this one, ooh, you know when people sometimes do that, where they got the eyeliner and they just draw on a sort of line above their eye. I don't do eye makeup. It's very rare anyway, very, very rare. I feel like that needs to be white as well, this black line that's underneath the eyebrow. So I'll flick that off a bit. I feel like I want to go over even more black lines, but at the same time I feel like I need to stop myself. I'm going to put the second layer on to this. That is a much better coverage. But like I said, on this I'm going to go over with some Mod Podge. Well, I don't think that bit was dry yet because I'm scratching it off. Alright, I'm going to let that dry a little bit more. Yeah, I feel like this needs to be rounded. It was very flat looking. this eyebrow. But I'm gonna leave it. Don't ask. You know, when you just feel like you've got to do something. Right, now I'm going to do her turtleneck. So you'd think that she's in a cold planet, wouldn't you? She probably would have looked good with that colour as her skin. Too late now. Too late now. Do I keep this as orange though? I'm feeling like it looks weird. Or do I turn it a different colour? I'm starting to procrastinate. Can't make up my mind. It's like I want to turn this background just to black. So I'm going to do that first. Because I'm not liking it as this reddish pink. And I might turn that into a sort of pinky orange. So I'm just going to black this out. Oh, there's a lead. Got that shot right across the room, that did. I don't know, I think it will add a bit of boldness to this. Add a bit of contrast. Just go around the hair a moment. I know what you're thinking, you just got rid of black lines. Now it looks like I've put black lines again. I'm gonna give this a light layer and build it up because this is a larger area to colour over. I'll give it a few layers instead of just pressing down hard like I did that. Get the same result. It just lets you build it up more if you layer it. Yeah, I think that looks better. Black background. When in doubt, black it out. That runs through my head constantly when I'm thinking about what to do, because you can never go wrong with black. Never. It looks good with everything. So yeah, I'm going to make this. I don't know if to make that a creamy colour actually. Yeah, I'm going to go creamy orange rather than a vibrant. So let me look through my colours. Trying to find a colour and it doesn't want to. Oh, there it is. It's that one, and I think I'm going to need a softer brown. me just sharpen these a moment. Sorry to keep you waiting. So I have got here raw umber and a terracotta light, but I will also be probably using white, and I'll probably white these lines out as well. So first I'm gonna start adding where I want a bit of shade. I know this, you might not even be able to pick up on this because it's a very similar colour to my alcohol marker, but I felt the need for something to smoothen stuff out. Oh, there goes a lead. They're really starting to fly now. Going to add that to my darker areas. I feel like I dip in and come out. I don't know. And then a bit of black as my shadow. My tummy has started to rumble, oh dear. To be fair though, I haven't eaten anything today. I mean, it's still the morning. I literally woke up, had like half an hour wake up sort of moment, and then I hopped on here because that's what I wanted to do when I woke up. Just whiting this out a bit. Well, I say a bit, it's quite a lot. And then I'm going to take my terracotta light and just run over it to give it back a bit of that initial colour. But now it's a lot lighter. Maybe I should have gone like bright orange, but I want sort of her face and hair to be the focal point. This I don't need attention drawn to her clothes. So now I will go over these black lines. When these are dry though, I may go over them with that terracotta light, so it's not so white. I could have just used a different colour Posca pen, couldn't I? But nope, obviously wasn't thinking that way. Right, so what can I do in the meantime while that is drying? I think I will just pause you. Should I pause? Or should I get the Mod Podge out and do these? I'll get the Mod Podge. It's literally right here. Mod Podge Extreme Glitter. If anybody doesn't know what that looks like, just give it a little shake. You don't normally need to, but I'm going to anyway. And then I'm just going to take it on a paintbrush, normal paintbrush. As long as you remember to wash it right after using the paintbrush, you shouldn't have any problems. And I'm not going to press down very hard while using this because I don't want the Posca pen to be too much reactivated, because both are like water based. So I'm just going to put this on, and that went completely Well, I'm going to try and make sure I go over all of it. It is a bit difficult because from the angle I am at now, I can't see if I got everywhere. I can't remember where I got to. I'm also going to put this on her lips. Why not? I've already added dotty sparkles. Just a thin sort of coat. I try look at it from a different angle, see if I got it all. I think so. Right, I'm going to pause while I go and wash my paintbrush off. Normally I would just like keep water with me, like on my desk, like a pot of water for these sudden moments, but I actually emptied that yesterday, so here we are back again. I'm now going to add the colour over this Posca, so the terracotta light. I'm going to go, some of it might get scratched away, but as long as the whole of the black lines doesn't come back, then I'm happy with that. And I will, in some of these areas, actually get the black, because that's supposed to be a shaded area. But now it looks like it blends in more, rather than the black line that was initially there. Am I making sense? Feel free to tell me if I'm not making any sense. I don't think there's anything I can do about it. It's just how I am, but at least I know that I'm not people aren't understanding. Right, and then just blend that all together again. I think that'll be done. Still not sure of the colour of that, but like I said, I'm loving the hair and the skin. I wish was maybe a slightly different shade of purple, but overall I'm happy with it. I still have to wait for the Mod Podge to dry, but I don't, there you go, you can see it like that. So that is her done. So, like I said, this was just a quick one, although I think it's still well over an hour. Like, I can't do pages that fast, but it was completed within a day, or within a morning. I didn't even stop and have long breaks or anything. So I will probably start another picture today. I don't know from what yet, but yeah. So I hope you are going to have a wonderful new year, because I don't know if there will be another video or not. I might try and get another one filmed, but whether that's also posted and finished before the new year, I'm not quite sure. So I wish everybody a happy new year, and yeah, I hope you're all having a good holiday. Take care, and I shall see you in the next one. Thank you for joining me on my colouring quest.